Show off. This one for my real good gal them. Yeah, 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 yeah. Glow up, glow up. Show off, show off.
Hi, Soul Family. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Jaya Fire back with another video for you. Period. And it's funny how today I'm talking about change, right? And I done changed my whole scenery. I'm outside, literally. And my hairstyle's different. I'm trying a little pink underliner. You know, I'm trying to get into the makeup more. I couldn't even say it. But yeah, we back. And it's so fire. Anyways. Yeah, today I just gave it away, but today we are talking about change. How change is inevitable. Change is constant. Change is good. No matter how it may seem, change is always good. So we're gonna get into that. Okay, so basically I've been dealing with a lot of change lately. As you can see, change in the looks. You know, my hair is hairing lately. My hair is doing its thing lately. My health is doing its thing lately. My love, like, not even just like relationships, but like, you know, family wise, it's, you know, doing its thing. Love is surrounding me. What else? Career wise, things are really changing for me. Everything is going really good. So, you know, I wanted to talk about change because it's hard to really accept that good change when you have gone from survival mode to, you know, living life easy, which is not as easy as a transformation as, you know, people make it seem, because healing on the whole is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Even though people make it seem like it's easy, and I done told y'all multiple times, it ain't nowhere near easy. But on the other side of things, it's more peaceful. So basically, the number one thing, what I have to deal with, is accepting. Not expect, accept. Accept that this is life, it is what it is, this is how things are. Things will change, always, always, always. And then not expecting things to really, I don't know, not having expectation on things, especially people, because people change all the time. So if you expect one thing to happen out of somebody, then, and it don't go your way, now you're in your feelings and you don't really know how to deal with certain things, right? Or if you're expecting things to go a certain way within your career, and you know, you say you have like a certain job lined up and you don't get the job, but you really, really wanted it. But you have to accept that, okay? Rejection is protection, number one. Anything that is for you will never miss you. So it was simply not for you. So you have to just accept that fact. Don't expect nothing to come out of it. Don't expect nothing more. Don't expect nothing less. Just accept. You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with that because honestly, I had a lot of expectation for things. I ain't gonna lie, like, who doesn't have expectations for things? You know, something comes your way and you automatically just want it to be there for you, you want it to stick, you want it to just go your way all the time. But life does not work that way. So if you accept change, if you accept the unknown, if you have faith within things, then boom, life will just be more peaceful, because you're not, you know, putting your, because I feel like when you expect things, you're kind of putting certain emotions towards it, and then when things don't go your way, now it's like you're in your feelings about stuff. But if you just accept it from the jump, then it's like, okay, this could happen, that could happen, but I accepted the fact that, you know, things not going to be as expected. You know, you accept the unknown, so you don't really have your emotions invested in certain things where, yeah, I hope that makes sense. And then number two thing I was doing is, instead of just going at certain things just because, you know, I decided, let me put passion behind of things that I want. You know what I'm saying? Say if you want like money, you want a job, or whatever the case may be, You know, some people, most people, they go for a job because, you know, they just want money. But it's like, why do you want the money? You know what I'm saying? Find the passion behind that. It could be a simple thing. It's okay, I want this job because I want to travel to X, Y, and Z. Okay, you have a passion towards why you want that money. Now you have a goal. You know, I want a job because I want to travel. You have that goal. Now, once you find that passion, it's easy for you to go towards that goal. You know what I'm saying? Because say if you get a job, right, you don't really know why you want a job, you just having it, then you end up spending money on stuff that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes to the point where you find out, okay, I do want to travel, but you don't have the money for it because you spending stuff on stuff that you didn't need because you didn't have a passion towards why you wanted the job in the first place. You were just being careless with it. You know what I'm saying? But basically the point is, find passion towards things. Lead with your heart and not your head. Well, actually, that's number 3. We're going to get to that. But find the passion behind why you want certain things. You know what I'm saying? For example, with this YouTube thing, I'm not just doing YouTube just because then you're going to kind of just like lollygag with it. You don't really have a straight goal, and then it's like it could go any direction. But once you find your passion, okay, I'm doing this because of this so I can get to this. Now the ball is rolling in your favor. And now whatever change happens within that, those little steps or whatever the case may be, you're accepting those steps because you know it's giving you to your end goal. Okay, I had to sum that up because I feel like I was going to get off topic with that one. But yes, and then number 3, what I was doing, I started moving from my heart space instead of my head more. And that comes with, you know, you're changing, right? So when you're in the survival mode, you're more thinking like logical with your head space. But then when you want to change into, when you want to change to like your peaceful lifestyle, whatever you want, whatever is peaceful for you, you have to think with your heart space. So making that change from your head to your heart is hard, number 1, because that causes you to be vulnerable. But if you're coming from a survival mode, it was hard for you to be vulnerable in your survival mode, your past. So it's like that's a big jump, that's a big change. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I did was just remember that your heart, your intuition, it never leads you wrong. You're most likely to succeed in whatever you want to do if you follow your heart, not your head. Because your head can be filled with, you know, your ego. Your ego could tell you, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But then your heart could tell you, do this, do that, right? And now you find yourself arguing with your heart and your head, and you're like, which one do I follow? Follow your heart. Always. Because that's where you're gonna find most of your peace. That's where it's gonna lead you to success, because your heart is full of love. Life is full of love, you know what I'm saying? And if you want that peaceful life is full of love, so follow it, you know what I'm saying? Arguing with your heart and your head can be one of the biggest struggles in life, because you know you want to follow your heart, but you also want to follow your head, because you're thinking from a logical space, like, okay, if I follow my heart and this goes wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, now everything's messed up. But that's where the acceptance comes in and not the expectation. So you're following your heart towards whatever. Say I'm following my heart towards YouTube and it doesn't really go my way. But at the end of the day, I can say that I followed my heart. I followed my passion. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. Whether it went this way, whether it went that way, at the end of the day, I followed my heart. Because if you follow your head, would I really have started YouTube? No. Because I would have had my head full of doubts, full of this ain't gonna happen, that ain't gonna happen. But my heart is like, just give it a try. You never know what's gonna happen, right? So move from that space, your heart. Being vulnerable is the key to life, because if you're shut off to certain things, then certain things in your external is going to be shut off towards you, especially when it comes to love. You want love. You want the most heartfelt, warming love ever, right? but it's hard for you to be vulnerable. You're not going to get the love that you want to receive because you're not being vulnerable. Anything that happens within here reflects on your external life. So if you are having a hard time being vulnerable with yourself, how can you expect somebody to be vulnerable with you? And also remember, whatever you are inside is what you attract. You cannot attract something that is outside of your thinking. You know what I'm saying? That's not how the universe works. You're automatically going to attract what aligns with you, your energy. The universe goes off energy. If you're on a certain vibration, you can't align with something that's not on your vibration. You feel me? You can't bring in something that you don't even recognize yourself. So, and that's I was about to say something, but that's a different day. But basically, it's like work on being vulnerable so you can attract what your heart truly desires. And you won't be guarded. Because if you're guarded towards certain things, then you're guarded towards your manifestation. And it's like, why is my manifestation not here? Why is this change not happening? Because you're not being vulnerable. Move from a heart space and let me know how things go. It's scary because, you know, you're putting your heart out there and it's like, okay, what if it gets broken? But like I said, if you watch my detachment video too, watch that as well. That kind of ties into this because you want to detach and just accept. And once you detach and accept, you can put your heart out there without worrying about your feelings, because feelings come with the expectation. And once you become nicer to yourself, you become vulnerable with yourself, I'm telling you, you really see it in your external world. Because I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, I used to be a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. You could kind of tell. But once I started realizing my patterns and was like, okay, I'm being a bitch to myself, no wonder my external world looks like this. I stopped being a bitch towards myself, started, you know, filling myself up with love, and then I started seeing it in my external world. All of a sudden, my relationships around me started getting better. My manifestation started coming in easy. Finances is no longer a problem because I'm moving with my heart space. And yeah. The fourth one is the main one. Release your control issues. All of us have it. I had control issues. The person next door has control issues. You got control issues, right? So if you want to control stuff, but then again, you want to also believe in the unknown, those two cannot mix, because you cannot control the unknown. Because why? It's unknown. So don't try to control that narrative. Just sit back and relax and just believe that everything that is for you will never miss you. Even if it delays, even if it circle back one time and you miss it, it's gonna circle back again because it's for you, right? Right? So just release all control and just have faith. That's the number one thing when it comes to change, because you cannot predict change and what direction it's gonna go. It's more than just black and white, right? Change is all over the place. You go this direction, that direction, this direction, that direction, this, that. You can't control what's gonna happen next. You can't see the future like that, even though you could predict certain things, right? But you can't predict all of it, you know what I'm saying? Change is out of your control. So release that control and things will go much more smoother for you. And it will also take your emotions out of things, because you're detaching from the outcome of stuff. You're detaching from the control. You're just gonna believe, have faith, and boom. Because you can't expect God and the universe to do its thing if you want to control, you know? Say, for example, you're praying to the universe, hey, I want this and that. I don't know, whatever you manifest, and I want this and that, right? But I want it to go this, X, Y, and Z, and da-da-da-da. The universe gonna be looking at you like, girl, you want me to bring this in or not, okay? It's not gonna go your way because you're only going off your ego and what you want. But I know what you need, okay? So release that and let me handle it. And it's more easier too because you just get to sit back and relax while the universe do its thing, and you just open to receiving and having faith. And now it's like, okay, now I'm living life more peacefully because I just released that control. And at the end of the day, you're gonna realize you never really had control. You thought you did. It's the same phrase as like you making plans and God is laughing at your plans, because girl, you don't really have that control. So just sit back and relax. Sit back, manifest, write it down, and just give it to God, give it to the universe, and just see what happens, right? Now my hair's sticking up. But yeah, that's it. Live life, peace, love. Yeah, I hope that made sense. For real. I hope I wasn't babbling. I hope y'all got my points. And if you want me to further explain things, just put it down in the comment. Reply to my story, because I'll be posting previews on my story. People will be like, can you? And I appreciate it because I didn't actually think people was listening. But you actually out here listening. It means so much to me, for real. Y'all be like, oh my gosh, this video really helps. Or y'all be like, can you explain this and that? Or y'all be like, keep going, I see the consistency. And I be like, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister. For the people. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you on the next video.